All right, Miss Allison, thank you for coming in and joining us today. Allison Wilkerson with the West Monroe-West Ouachita Chamber of Commerce. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Get all those words in there? Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us today. And
Thank you for having me.
So we've met with Chris before, which is his title like the director of?
He's the executive director.
Executive director. And Chris has given us a great overview of the program in the past. And now we want to kind of get into a little bit more of the meat of it. We want to get into more details of the value of what the chamber can bring to the business community and to just the community overall, because we wouldn't have a business community if we didn't have consumers within the community. So it's a process that you guys have intertwined really well. You do a great job with it. So today we're going to kind of dive into what does it mean to be a member of the chamber and the benefits businesses can achieve from that. So tell us a little bit about yourself. You're not originally from here, right?
No, I am not originally from here. I'm originally from Mobile, Alabama, and I moved from Mobile to Montgomery to Little Rock to Austin to here.
Wow. Had a little bit of a trip there, didn't you?
Yes, I've been in the Southeast.
Great to have you. Great to have you. So you've been with the chamber a little less than a year, right?
Yes, I came in June.
And what is your role with the chamber?
I'm the membership director, and basically I recruit members and I engage existing members, and anything membership, as far as membership benefits, that's me.
So when we talk about membership into the chamber, we're talking to the business community.
Yes.
But we're not just talking to the mega corporations that are out there. We're talking to the small business owners, which our community is. Our main source of income comes from small businesses within our community, and we've got a lot of great local businesses here. We even got great local businesses that are international companies. A lot of people don't realize.
Yes.
That were started here, still produces here, and are still growing here. So talk to us about why the chamber is important for a business, no matter the size. Why is the chamber important for that connection with local businesses?
Well, the chamber is important because, first and foremost, you can have branding, you can have marketing, you can have advertising opportunities with the chamber, which just gets your name out. And that's just generally speaking, whether it's purchasing a membership and being on the website, having your branding on the website, whether it's being a part of one of our other programs, maybe with the first responders luncheon or something. You're going and you're putting your branding on that, and you're letting people know that, hey, this matters to me. And what this is something that the chamber has put together to be reflective of our community and be reflective of what our community wants. So
I know that you guys, and there's a great partnership. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention, there's a fantastic partnership with you guys and the Monroe Chamber. You guys
Absolutely.
are constantly doing things together, and I love that there's no division. There's like just a fantastic relationship, so that we're not letting that river divide us.
Yep.
But as far as the West Monroe Chamber goes, are there services you guys can offer that startup business that's thinking about relocating here? What do you have to offer for them?
For businesses relocating here?
Yeah.
Obviously just the general membership benefits, but whenever a company wants to relocate here, we can definitely work with them.
Well, what about a startup company if they needed to know who are suppliers for this in the area? Are y'all able to be able to connect the dots with them?
Yes, we can provide statistics and demographic information. We can pull reports that maybe show travel up and down highways to and from sites. Yes, we can definitely get background information for locations as well as sites that they may want to try to build on.
So it would be safe to say you guys are a connector. If you may not have that information in-house, but you know where to go get it.
Absolutely.
So that whether it's a new startup in our area or it's a new business or it's an existing business but it's never been plugged in.
Yes.
You guys are saying you have the resource now you can plug someone in at a deeper level.
Exactly.
So we talked about, let's just say we're talking about the owner of the business, but there's also value and benefits for the employees of that business.
Absolutely.
Talk about kind of how important it is to have the employees also engaged within the chamber.
Well, to have the employees engaged within the chamber, that, of course, brings a connection with the business again. It allows the business to have a broader connection to the community, but the individual employees also get to be connected with the community. We have something called the Diplomats program.
Go into detail with that.
Yes. So our Diplomats program, that is where individuals from our membership base, they do volunteer work. They engage in the community as volunteers for the chamber. And yes, that allows the company to be seen, because whenever the volunteer, the diplomat, comes to an event, that of course they're wearing their name tag, they're wearing their branding, So the companies are definitely seen being involved with the chamber. But the individual gets to network and connect within the community, which may be of benefit to them personally. And of course, it also benefits them because they can have conversations and see things that maybe aren't happening in a corporate level meeting.
Right.
So there is great benefit for individuals to be involved with the chamber. But of course, with the diplomats, you're usually an individual who is connected to a membership account.
Right.
And
now, y'all do have another level of membership. For example, I believe I fall in this category, that the real estate company I work for, John Ray Realty, but I'm an independent contractor. So not only do I need to have that brand of my company, but also need that agent brand as well. So there's a different level that you have for people like that. Tell us a little bit about that.
Basically, if you are an individual who doesn't necessarily have a storefront, you can have a brand, you can be associated with a brand, but you don't have a brick and mortar store. We do have a level of membership where you can come in, you can join, you can get all the benefits. Basically, the biggest holdback is we don't have celebrations. We don't have ribbon cuttings at that level. But the point of that level is to help an individual grow.
Yeah.
So if it's the person's aspiration to grow into a brick and mortar store or grow into a bigger brand, that we're here to help you start off, and that's what that lower level is for. And we also use that lower level occasionally with the nonprofit organizations, basically smaller companies.
Right.
Yeah.
But it takes those types of companies to make the other companies successful. We're all kind of working together to help achieve those goals.
Yep.
What would you say to that company that says, well, I've been a member of the chamber for 15 years, and, I get that updated plaque every year that says a new year, and I wrote my check, put into it, but I just don't see anything happening. What do you say to that?
Well, I need, and I say this lovingly, I need members to tell me what's going on with them.
Yeah.
I need them to tell me when they are fundraising, when they're engaged in the community in a way that gives back to them, because I want to share that out. So if someone's fundraising or sponsoring a Little League baseball team, if someone is growing their business and expanding their services or expanding their physical business, we want to know about these things. We want to celebrate not only the business and what's happening within the business, but also what's happening for the business owner.
Right.
If they're growing, they're involved with a nonprofit or a charitable organization, share it with us. We want to share that out. And that's just one way to get advertising. That's one way to get your name out there and be seen, is to have people talking about you.
Right. But wouldn't it be also safe to say you get out of it what you put into it?
Absolutely.
If you're not going to be involved in any of the events, You're not going to get a lot out of it. Now, this is going to probably be kind of strange to people. I'm in the people business. Need to be out there mixing and mingling, make things happen, but it's not a comfort spot for me. It's not at all. I mean, you could just shove me into a dark corner and just leave me alone for a little while, and I'm going to be okay. Maybe give me an iPad or something, but I'll be good for a little while. But I've been amazed at just by showing up, not knowing a single person, just showing up. The community welcomes you with open arms, and you will get engaged by people asking questions, and those questions lead to other conversations, and before you know it, you're like, hey, I'm out here in this thing. And I'm having conversations with people because they're asking me, what is it that I do? What service do I offer? Now those conversations are having an impact within my business. Do you see things similarly?
Yes. So one of the things that I do is I organize the ribbon cutting program, or the ribbon cutting celebrations, and different smaller events. And come to those events, whether it's a lunch and learn, whether it's a ribbon cutting, whether it's a after hours wine tasting, or even a member mixer. You come to those events, and like you say, you start having conversations, even if it's with reservation. You start having those conversations because there's other people with reservations there.
Absolutely.
And first off, you start having a good time, but then you do start engaging and talking about, maybe something you're looking for or a way that you're looking to grow. And another person that you're talking with either knows someone, or maybe they can help you themselves. And it develops into a network.
Right. So there's some things that I want to bring to people's attention that they may or may not know. And you could have people that have been members of the chamber for many years and may not fully understand what you guys offer. You cannot say anymore, there's nothing to do in this town if you're on y'all's email list, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know who sends that out, but every single week I get an updated list of what's happening this week and what's upcoming this week. And it's from nonprofit things that are going on. It's chamber-specific events. It's just community. And I guess that's the best way of saying it. It is a community engagement email that comes out once a week to let you know everything that's going on. And you're not required to go to a single thing, but you can't anymore say that there's nothing to do in this town, because that one email will tell you so much of what's happening in our community.
Oh, gosh, yeah. Of course, we encourage our members, but we also work with other community organizations such as Ouachita Green or the downtown West Monroe. We work with other organizations, and we are finding out everything that's going on because, we want people to enjoy the community, and we want to help facilitate people finding out the information. There's quite a few community calendars, but we do pride ourselves on our community calendar.
Well, y'all are definitely consistent on it, that's for sure.
Yes.
And I will say there are some other community calendars, and they're great too. And you guys are not going to have every single thing on it, but you hit a lot of the high points. Something else I want to give you guys credit for that I really enjoy is you'll have some of the community leader breakfast. And I don't know if that's on a regular system. I guess in my mind, I've only been to a few of them, but it's great. I mean, it's refreshing to go to something business related to where there's not some hidden agenda or somebody's got an agenda to sell you something. If the line of work I'm in, if I don't answer the phone, they're going to call somebody else, or that microwave generation. And I can't tell you how many calls that I answer on a daily basis where someone's trying to sell me something. So it's refreshing when you get to the point to where you got invited to something, nobody's trying to sell me something. They want to bring value to me. We want to find out what's working in your business, what's not working in the business, where are the pain points. And some of the discussions that have come out of those breakfasts, I'm just like, I would have never thought about that before. Some of it is like, that's kind of surface level, but sometimes there's like meat that comes out of it, and I'm able to take and say, you know what, that means something. I'm going to take another look at that in my business.
Exactly. It's definitely conversation starters and basically things to think about. Maybe it's something that you already know, and it's not new information, but maybe it's something that just enough about to say, hey, I need to go back and look at that. And
or you can see one of your fellow business people out there that's struggling with something. You're like, I think I can help them with that.
Exactly.
Because the more that we work together to build our economy and make it as resilient as we possibly can, benefits all of us.
Yes.
Another value add that I enjoy that you guys bring to the table, and some of these things, don't get me wrong, you have to pay for some of these events because it's not cheap to put these events on. And if y'all had to cover the cost of all of it, our fees would be through the roof.
Yes.
But the lunch and learns that y'all put together, the speakers that you bring in, it's not surface level stuff. There's thought that goes into it. Says we need to bring things that are viable for our business people.
Absolutely.
I was kind of taken aback. State treasurer that was recently brought in? Was that treasurer that was brought
Yes.
in? Such a good speech that he had, and it really wasn't a speech. It was just basically kind of like a town hall that he was having with us, and I really, really enjoyed that. And it was learned a lot. I learned that, number one, it's rare that we get the Baton Rouge people up here to give us some attention. And I don't know what's happening different, but since this new administration has gotten in Louisiana, we have attention up here in Northeast Louisiana, and it's appreciated. And I know that there's a lot of effort that both chambers work really hard to bring those people up here because we matter up here too.
Exactly. Going down to Baton Rouge, there is the Northern Exposure, which Northern Exposure originally was to, of course, bring the Northern representatives and the Northern groups who have concern down to Baton Rouge so Baton Rouge can tell them what's going on. Well, now I think it may have shifted a little bit where people come from up north go down to Baton Rouge and sort of tell Baton Rouge, hey, this is what we really have going on. This is what we're needing. This is what we're lacking. This is what we're looking for. And so there's definitely some engagement on that level.
Well, the first time in a long time, I feel like Baton Rouge is listening.
Good.
To us, and they're answering some of the lingering questions that we've had, and we're starting to see Baton Rouge pay attention to us up here. And I know it's not just one person that's making that happen. We got some great legislators that are working really, really hard, but we also have business leaders. We have chamber leaders from both chambers up here that are working together, and I think that's the important part. As divisive as politics can be sometimes, to be able to have us working together united up here, and it's a lot in part to the leadership on both chambers that we have that's making that possible. So what do you kind of see, what kind of direction do you see for the West Monroe Chamber going? Do y'all have any new initiatives y'all are working on? Any new drives for membership growth?
I'm going out every day. No, right now we're operating as normal. And so I'm the individual that goes out and sort of recruits new members and visits with people. And
so describe to us what member you're looking for right now, because I can tell you that there's probably people that are that could listen to this like, well, there's no need for me to be a part of that, or I'm not, I don't fall in that category to where I should be a part of that. Who are you looking for?
Anyone who needs an audience, honestly. Whether you are selling, you're a you're selling something, retail, realtor, you're selling a thing, whether you are looking for someone to invest in your company, whether you are looking to just get your brand out there and be connected with certain things in the community, certain messages. That's who we're looking for, because we can help you. And you're looking for audience. That's what we do. We build audiences. We can bring audiences in the sense that we can put your name out, we can put your brand out. And once you have an audience, then it's very easy to get growth. It's very easy to sell the things and connect with people, and then network with other people to maybe get that investment money, to maybe get associated with a different message that you want to get on to and brand yourself to. So there's, once you get the audience, then you can have the growth, you can have the network. So basically anyone who just wants to get their message or their name out there, that's who I'm looking for.
So let's talk about the people who their boss has a membership, the owner of the company is a member of the Chamber of Commerce, but an employee was like, man, I really would like to get engaged and do some other things. They can, as long as the employer is a member, those employees can go to all of these events. Is that correct? Or I wouldn't say all the events, but there's a lot of events that the employees can attend, be a part of, be that volunteer that's helping get things done.
Exactly. And, say, for instance, we have lunch and learns. And maybe it's not necessarily something that a corporate member would want to go to, but maybe the employees want to come to it. And, we had a piece on AI recently that was very, very popular. And so maybe you're just the person in your company who works in that arena. So, the employees definitely can enjoy the benefits of the chamber as long as, the employer is happy with it, which I can't imagine they wouldn't be.
I mean, it's training, it's education,
Exactly.
trying to help them do better.
Yes, training and education.
What would be one action you'd recommend to that member that has been member for years and they're just like, I cut the check every year, but I just don't feel like I'm getting the value out of it. What would be that first step of re-engagement would you recommend?
Every week, there is an email that goes out, the weekly planner that we were talking about. You can reply to that email, and it will actually go to Christopher's desk, and Christopher will see it. Now, of course, I don't want to overrun his email by any means, but that's the first step. Reply to any of the emails that come from the chamber. Yes, occasionally we do share a little bit more than that one weekly planner, but that's...
You definitely don't spam us, so I'll have to give you guys credit for that. Y'all are very purposeful with email communication. It's not overburdensome. What would you say to that business that is reluctant, say, I just don't know? What would you say to that individual?
Well, how much is your marketing and advertising budget? You need to market and advertise. You need to do marketing and advertising. So just take a look at what your budget is. I already have an audience. There's an audience with our social media, with the social medias that we're affiliated with, and we are happy to share our social media platforms with your message. So, take a look at that, because if you don't share with us, do you have the time and the energy to do it yourself? Because,
and then you guys may know somebody and you can connect them with, hey, these guys can help you
exactly
go from where you want to be to where you're at now. Let's talk a little bit of how easy a ribbon cutting is for someone to get engaged. Ribbon cuttings, it's really nice to have bodies there to be able to show community support for what's happening.
Yes.
But just describe how easy it would be for someone that is nervous. I just don't want to go. I don't want to be looking like a loser in the corner twiddling my thumbs. I mean, I'm uncomfortable around all these people. Explain how easy a ribbon cutting is to get engaged in the community.
Oh my goodness. So with the ribbon cutting, of course, if you are the business that we're doing the ribbon cutting with, all you have to do is call me, talk to me. We can pick a date. If you are within the city limits of West Monroe, I work very hard to try to have the mayor involved, because that's a celebration that we do like City Hall to be present, and a lot of
there's
people,
a great partnership too.
exactly, and a lot of people really look forward to having the mayor at their ribbon cutting. So that's the first thing, and then once we pick that date and get ready to go, I am inviting my board of directors. I'm inviting my diplomats, the volunteers from all the companies that are members. Then I'm also inviting City Hall representatives as well as local and state and federal representation representatives. So whether the actual elected official can come or their representative,
right.
We want everyone to be involved with ribbon cutting to celebrate even the smallest business that is so shy.
But if you don't even know anybody,
Yeah.
you go into that. I can make this guarantee to everybody. There's going to be more than 5 bankers.
Yes.
And you're going to know because they're going to
Absolutely.
have it on their shirt. And they always want to talk to people. I think
Yes.
I've never asked, but I think it's like a requirement. If you work at a bank, you must go to a certain amount of ribbon cuttings a month. So they have to be there.
Yes.
You don't. So they're always looking to make, make friends, be nice to folks. We have such a very personable mayor, and her staff is so personable.
Well, both of the mayors are.
Yeah,
But yes.
absolutely. All of our public officials, they're very personable, which, outsider looking in for years, I'm just like, man, I'm just kind of intimidated to go, Brian, you're this big guy. You should never be. Well, we all get a little self-conscious about things,
Yes.
but both chambers have done a fantastic job of making people feel included,
Yes.
inclusive, and comfortable for anyone. I am a proponent for the Chamber of Commerce. I am a member of both chambers. I'd love one day to see if we can have that melting pot come together and have a super chamber. But I think you guys do a fantastic job. But before we go, I would like for you to break down, if for nothing else for me, I really don't understand what the diplomat role is. Can you walk me through what a diplomat is and what they do?
Diplomats basically are, like I say, they're volunteers from within our membership. Whenever I say volunteers, I mean they are the ones who help the chamber to get things done, to help with the events that we do, to help connect with members.
Okay.
That is their role, is to help connect with members, not just their company or the company they're representing, but also get engaged and build a larger network for themselves, for their company, and for our members.
And the diplomats, they actually meet separately. I don't know how often they meet, but it's fairly regular.
Yes, we have a monthly meeting.
So that, that group of diplomats, they get to know each other on a much more individual basis.
Yes.
And get engaged that much more. So if a member of the chamber really wants to be involved, you have so many avenues
Absolutely.
to get somebody involved. And for me, being in sales, I've always been told, and it is true, that you're X number of conversations away to the next line of business that you get. So
Exactly.
in order to have conversations, you got to be engaged.
Yes.
Is there anything else that you'd like to communicate?
I guess maybe one thing.
Okay.
Obviously, I moved here. I'm a transplant, and the Chamber of Commerce. When I first moved here, I did not know where or what or who. I moved from a city that, they just did business and communicated their businesses out differently. Austin, Texas. And so whenever I moved here, I really needed to find a way to connect with those businesses, and the Chamber of Commerce was that place for me. I need a plumber. I need a birthday party company. I need to plan my son's birthday party, or I need, to find something to help me take care of mom and dad, or insurance, whatever the case may be. With the chamber membership, we don't do everything, but we do pride ourselves on checking out a business to make sure, that it's a business that's reputable, and, we can help you connect. We can help take away some of the work that you have to do to find a good, reputable company to do business with. And so,
And sometimes that can be a daunting task for a lot of people.
Yes.
So even for those who are not moving in this area, you may have been here your whole
Yep.
life, but you just don't know who to call.
Exactly.
Your Chamber of Commerce has a list of people that are connected within the community that we can say, I would do business with them.
Exactly. So whether you're new to the community, new to the neighborhood, or just don't know, give us a call. We're always happy to help. That's what chambers do.
Now, we'll drop in our show notes the information of how to get in contact with you guys. But what's the simplest form to contact if somebody is watching this and like, well, I'm not getting that email once a week? It could be going to their spam. But if they're not getting that email, because I think that email is vital for a lot of people, who do they reach out to?
They can reach out to info, I-N-F-O, at westmonroechamber.org, or they can just call the chamber, 318-325-1961, and anyone who answers that phone can help you.
Fantastic. Well, Allison, thanks so much for coming in and talking to us about the benefits that the West Monroe-West Ouachita Chamber of Commerce has for our community. And I'm a member. I endorse it. I think you guys do a great job, and I wish I had half the energy that Chris has. I'm just
We
telling
all
you,
want that energy.
I don't know where he comes up with it at. I don't know if he's got a special cereal he eats every morning, but if I could just have half of that, I'd be on a roll.
Yeah.
Allison, thanks so much for coming in, and we look forward to hearing more from you guys in the future.
Brian. Thank you.
This podcast is possible because of your support of our real estate business. If you're looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, I'm confident we have the tools and the processes to help you reach your real estate goal. For more information or to reach out to us, check out the podcast description for our contact info.